Well, hello everyone. My name is Sonia Trevino with the Houston Homes Legacy Group, and I am here with a good friend of mine.
I'm Travis Spencer with AmCab Home Loans, loan officer for about 17 years.
And that's exactly what we'll be talking to you about today. Some of the points that you need to be looking out for when you're in search of a mortgage loan officer.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I recommend, of course, I'm speaking from a realtor's perspective, is experience. I have a lot of loan officers that reach out to me wanting to work with me, with my clients, of course. But the first thing that I look for is experience. How long have they been in the business? How much do they know? How can they educate my clients and point them in the right direction? So that's number one for me as a realtor. Number two, communication. Because if I'm calling my loan officer as a realtor and he's not answering me, I can only imagine what he's doing with my clients. So I need to work with the loan officer that's going to return their phone calls, that's going to be able to guide them and let them know up front what they should expect when getting into a commitment with the loan officer. Number three, the thing that I look for is integrity. You need to know that you're working with someone that is honest, he's ethical, and he's being truthful. He's talking to you about, things that are real and how to do them the right way. So those are three of the top. But then one other thing, Travis, that I look for is bilingual. They need to know what they're getting into. And the only way to do that is if they're speaking with someone that knows their language. And I know Travis ain't bilingual, but he has some very good people on his team that are bilingual. So either way, when you work with Travis, you're getting all four things, because that's why I continue to work with him. I saw all of those. I saw the experience, the communication, the integrity, and he has the ability to provide us with someone that is bilingual, just to make sure that everything you're signing, just the mortgage terminology, Travis, is difficult. Even for me, that I've been doing this 25 years, guys, some of those things that I don't understand and I can translate, but I'd rather them hear it directly from the experienced person that knows what they're doing. So those are my four as a realtor, but I know you have another perspective. And what are the things that you feel consumers are looking for?
Yeah, so I'm a consumer too, right? So I'm a consumer and a loan officer. So I could be realistic about what, as a consumer, you should be looking for in a loan officer. First thing is go to NMLS, and search your loan officer. See if they've been doing. See if there's any discipline actions. You can look me up. You'll see nothing. Perfect history. So NMLS is where you want to start with as far as a loan officer. Also, what's very important is that loan officer works for the right company. You can be a great loan officer, but if you don't work for the right bank, you're not going to be able to lend money. AmCab Home Loans is one, if not the most flexible lender in Texas. And that's one of the reasons I work there. They're also great people that take care of the community. They believe in God. They're good people. So, product flexibility, very important. And the company you work for, very important. But another thing, that's vital as far as consumer working with a loan officer is working with a loan officer that won't give up on you. Working with a loan officer that has the capability, like myself, to put you on track despite your challenges. In other words, action plans. So working with a loan officer that doesn't turn their back, that actually has the expertise to put people on the right path and hold their hands. Some people need, because we don't learn about this stuff in high school. Did you? I didn't learn about this. I learned about this through hard knocks.
No, exactly.
Yeah. So, it's important that the loan officer you're working with, if you don't qualify, they have that expertise, and we have that. We do action plans. We hold consumers' plans, and we're honest, good people, and with low rates, by the way, as well, which I'm super excited about that part. But all in all, guys, you get the total package working with Sonia and I, and you want that when it has to do with the biggest financial transaction of your life. So you should treat it like the biggest financial transaction of your life and work with the best. There's tens of thousands of professionals. I know that. There's a million loan officers, there's a million realtors, but you don't get what you have here with us, with those other people. Maybe I'm biased, but we've helped a lot of people, guys. A lot.
Thank you.
A lot of people.
Yes. And I know that with Travis, you're getting all these points that we talked about, and they're very, very important. And one thing that I would like to mention before we end today, because again, these are videos that we are doing to educate you and to give you more knowledge about what to look for in your loan officer. So what I wanted to say also is that your loan officer should be providing you with a loan estimate, so you are fully aware of what you are to expect at closing. I run into people, Travis, that will tell me, yeah, I had a loan officer, I didn't know my numbers until I really got to the closing table. And that is not good, people. I mean, you need to know what you're, what you need to have ready for closing. So since we're talking about this, when should they expect that loan estimate? We were talking about it earlier.
Maybe I'm old-fashioned, Sonia, but to me, the way that I work is consumers need to know what those things are before an offer is even made. Everything is an estimate, but it could be an educated and very accurate estimate, as long as you take your time as a loan officer. So for me, if it's not the LE, it's not the loan estimate, you need to be communicating with your loan officer to know how much 123 Main is going to cost per month. You need to know your mortgage payment every month, you need to know what that is, and you need to know how much it's going to cost out of your pocket to move in. And those are things that you need to be equipped with prior to, in my opinion, prior to even looking at houses. You need an expectation, but prior to putting in an offer. And that's why Sonia and I have developed a strong relationship. She knows that when her clients are interested in purchasing a home, all she has to do is send me the address. You send me the address, here's your estimated payment, here's your out-of-pocket. Very important. Now, as far as the LE, that should be done 3 days after a RESPA application is triggered. So after an application, which requires the property address.
Correct.
So about 3 days after a purchase contract is when legally you should get it. But in my opinion, that information should be given immediately. What I do sometimes, as soon as I get the purchase contract, I'm telling people the same day and disclosing the same day the LE, the loan estimate.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because it's just like you said, legally it's not required till 3 days after the RESP application, which should include the address on your executed contract. But as realtors, as consumers, we want to know from my end, I want to know what I'm getting my client into. And from the consumer's end, before they submit an offer, what if the tax rate is too high? What if it's an older home and the insurance is going to be too high?
That's right.
So before we get you into submitting an offer and getting you excited about this home, reach out to the loan officer, make sure you're getting an estimate. It might not be the exact one like Travis said, or the one that's legally required, but a good loan officer will give you an estimate.
That's right, an educated estimate.
An educated estimate,
something that sticks, that you can lean on. And that's really the integrity that we show.
Right.
I kind of go middle of the road to worst case scenario, not worst case to where you don't want it because it sounds so bad, but really middle of the road, because you can't overpromise and underdeliver.
Exactly.
Simple as that,
Right. So there you have it, guys. If you have any questions about what we talked about today or any of the videos that we've been doing on a regular basis, again, these are all to help you make better decisions and point you in the right direction when you're ready to buy a home. So if you do want to contact me or Travis, you can reach me at 281-850-1066, or you can email me at Sonia, Sonia, at HoustonHomesLegacy.com.